in Upper East Tennessee, and they want to take this opportunity to say thank you for the thousands they've been allowed to serve, and they look forward to serving the next thousands into the future. So if you've got a need, give them a call, 423-392-0828. Again, 423-392-0828. State Line Collision, proud supporters of Gate City Athletics. Ken Russell's Barbershop wants to wish the Gate City Blue Devils the best for a great season and wants to thank all of the Blue Devil fans, alumni, and students for their patronage over the last 30 years. And to look your best at the next Blue Devil sporting event, stop by and see Ken and Joey on your way to the game. They are located on Lynn Garden Drive in Kingsport next to Collins Auto Center. Proud supporters of local athletics for almost 4 decades, Ken and Joey Russell say, "Go Big Blue!"
And we're back here again live from Lee High School, 5-Star Stadium in Lee County at Ben-Hur. Again, the Gate City marching band on the field right now performing. Really quick before we hit the starting lineups, let's talk about the Premier Pharmacy Players of the Week. Again, each week Premier Pharmacy selects talented individuals who've demonstrated excellence and outstanding effort in football matchups around Northeast Tennessee, Southwest Virginia, and for our Gate City Blue Devils. Those honorees will qualify for the annual Premier Pharmacy Player of the Year Award, which will be voted on later this season. This week's Northeast Tennessee Premier Pharmacy Players of the Week is the quarterback-running back duo of Jackson Harrison and Joey Bird of Sullivan Central High School. Last Friday night, they helped propel the Cougars to the 51-42 win over Sullivan East, ending their 36-game losing streak. Harrison passed for 165 yards and 3 touchdowns, while he also rushed for 34 yards and a touchdown. Bird blazed through the Patriots defense 18 times, gaining 182 yards and scoring 3 touchdowns as well. In the Three Rivers Conference win, this is the first one for Sullivan Central in 1,435 days in the NL. They go for win number 2 tonight on the road at Granger.
Okay. The Southwest Virginia Premier Player of the Week is Union speedster Avery Jenkins. In the annual showdown rivalry with Lehigh and the game scoreless in the second quarter, Jenkins exploded with 3 touchdown runs of 32, 59, and 71 yards to help the Bears blow the game open and win 42-7. He finished the night with a whopping 190 yards on just 10 rushing attempts. Union still remains only 1 game behind Ridgeview in the district standings, and the Bears sit second in the latest VHSL PowerPoint rankings in Region 2D, Joe.
And the Gate City Premier Pharmacy Players of the Week are Luke Reed and Logan Tomlinson. In Friday night's heart-stopping game with Marion, the backfield duo rushed for a combined 247 rushing yards, 65 receiving yards, 13 combined defensive tackles, and 4 total touchdowns in helping the Blue Devils erase a 30-0 lead in the second half and actually led the ball game 39-36 with 1:28 left in the ball game. Gate City outgained Marion in total offense, first downs, and outscored the Scarlet Hurricanes 39-20 over the final 2 quarters of the game. Again, congratulations to these players. Premier Pharmacy, proudly serving our region and supporting local athletics for the last 30 years. They specialize in creating personalized medicine and welcome the opportunity to serve you and your families. Give them a call today at 423-245-1022 or go to rxpremier.com. So, with that being said, let's talk about some more Players of the Week possibilities. Rob, take us through the starting lineups.
I was able to go down and talk to both coaches at length tonight, and one thing I've learned is both of these teams are going hopefully in the right direction, and we need to Gate City to take the next step in winning tonight. We're going to have to get through a talented but small and fragile general team. Talking to the coach, he says a lot of times when they've got down this year that their team has got down on themselves and turned little things into difficult situations. One of the things that they've switched from is from the spread offense to the double wishbone, which, Joe, you can speak on a little more. He's talking about running the wishbone or into the double wishbone with he'd given me 15 players that could possibly start tonight, and 6 of them are running backs. So
That's ambiguous there. You go.
But I just want to talk real quick a couple about their star players that you'll hear tonight. Their quarterback is Dwayne Garrett. He's their senior. Also, just some of their running backs. Number 15, Alex Lowry. Number 10, Ethan Wynn. Number 8, Zane Eisenmenger. I'll have to get that name down before it's over with. Eisenmenger. Blake Lewis. Those are all running backs and split ends. So they have one wide receiver who's also their punter and kicker, kind of like what we have in Hunter Parkley. And then the rest of it, they have one more running back that he's marked, Devin Goins, number 41. And then the rest of it is just their line. They have Richard Lowry, who's a freshman, starting on the line tonight, along with junior Cole Cottrell, sophomores Luke Estes, sophomore Noah Sage, and their center, the middle of the line, is Matthew Rose. So talking real quick about our Blue Devils as we're getting down to about 7 minutes to go before kickoff. Coach said that they were going to go with both quarterbacks again tonight. Pretty much the same starting lineup that we've had all season. I'm not sure. He wasn't sure which quarterback he was going to start. Probably John Sally. John looked like he was throwing the ball pretty good tonight and wanting to open it up a little more after their heartbreaking loss last week. But don't be Mac will be close behind playing tonight at quarterback. Also, I talked to him about Drew Vermillion possibly being the third quarterback. That's not going to happen. The injured shoulder that he had from a week or two, from last year, he's actually injured the other shoulder, and that's why he's not been in at defensive back or wide receiver or at quarterback. You look at our line, which has been playing so good with Michael Calhoun, Dalton Kaiser, Stapleton, Kurt Gibson, and Isaac Stapleton. So, and let's not forget our speedy runners, Levi Roden and Luke Reed and Logan Tomlinson. So let's take a break right now, and we'll have the national anthem. We're only about 6 minutes away from the start of the game. So at this time, we'll take a break. You're listening to the home of Blue Devil Sports. This is Gate City Sports Radio.
Whether you're headed out to the game or if you're just looking for something great to eat, stop by and see the outstanding folks at the Campus Drive-In on Kane Street in Gate City. Campus Drive-In supporting Gate City Athletics for over 60 years, and they have a tremendous selection of breakfast, lunch, and dinner items, and they're open 7 days a week. Also, go in and ask about their new ice cream machine as well. So give them a call for call-in orders at 276-386-3702. Again, that's 276-386-3702.
America's ingenuity in medicine advanced the world. Premier Pharmacy's innovation has changed the profession. At Premier Pharmacy, what we create is personal. For our patients, one size doesn't fit all. So let the grocery stock your food. Let the retail chains print your photos. Let the supercenters sell you shampoo. At Premier Pharmacy, we'll make your medicine. For more information, call 423-245-1022 or visit rxpremier.com.
This is Noah Jones of the Gate City Soccer Team, and you're listening to the home of Blue Devil Sports. This is Gate City Sports Radio.
This is Mara Mullins of the Gate City Basketball Team, and you're listening to home of the Blue Devil Sports. This is Gate City Sports Radio.
This is John Sally of the Gate City Football and Basketball Teams, and you're listening to the home of the Blue Devil Sports. This is Gate City Sports Radio.
This is Coach Scott Vermillion, head coach of the defending state champion Gate City Boys basketball team. And you're listening to the home of the Blue Devil Sports. This is Gate City Sports Radio.
This is Kate Pendleton of the Gate City basketball and softball teams, and you're listening to the home of Blue Devil Sports. This is Gate City Sports Radio.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to tonight's game here at Lee High School in Ben-Hur, Virginia, as our Gate City Blue Devils take on the Lehigh Generals. We just had the playing of our national anthem, and as the teams begin to prepare to enter the field, you can see the captains on both sides. Lehigh is getting ready to enter the field through their big blow-up helmet they have. Gate City's band is lined up to introduce them to the stadium. So, Joe, real quick, you want to go over to tonight's keys to the game as, again, our Gate City Blue Devils here at Lehigh.
Been, big, huge.
Big game.
So let's go ahead and let's talk about the biggest thing that we talked about last week. 9 fumbles. 9 fumbles. We lost 2 of them last week. That's 9 plays in a ball game in which we had 64 offensive snaps. So basically, we're talking about 10% or a little over 15% of the plays were fumbles. So again, Gate City at Lehigh here tonight. Lehigh knocked off Gate City last year, October 13th, 2017. Lehigh beat us 35-0. Lehigh's been outscored by a total of 91-14 the past 2 games against Ridgeview and Union. Senior quarterback, again, as we mentioned, Dwayne Garrett. He's passed for 477 yards for the Generals, while, again, Devin Goins, remember that name, he's generated more than 600 all-purpose yards, receiving, rushing, and returning. Gate City continues to search again for their first win. The Blue Devils, though, generated such an offensive explosion last week against the Marion Scarlet Hurricanes. They trailed 30-0, but they fought back. The biggest thing we've got to do is build off of one thing, and that's the heart that we showed. If we can eliminate those turnovers, those penalties, again, we had 4 penalties, 9 fumbles. If we can eliminate that, win number 1 comes tonight.
Yes, it does. And we're only about a minute and a half away as both teams are getting ready to come out on the field. Neither one has, but the captains are coming out on the field for the coin toss. Tonight's captains for Gate City are going to be number 50, Jace Mathis, number 21, Jacob Higgs, number 2, Levi Roten, captains for Lehigh are going to be, I can't get the sheet flipped over.
It's going to be somebody.
It's going to be somebody. Number 4, Josh Trent. Number 7, Blake Lewis. Number 40 is Joey Wilder. And number 41, who is their running back, everything, Devin Goins. They're the captains for tonight. Again, both teams are amassed on either side of the stadium, waiting to enter the winner to enter the stadium. Gate City has won the toss, has declined, and will receive the second half kickoff. So, Joe, any last thoughts as we're less than a minute away from kickoff?
Again, just a beautiful night. There's not going to be, last week we talked about it kind of got, the grass got wet for the first time, so there was some fumbles, but this is a dry field. The humidity is very low tonight. It's perfect football weather. But again, big thing, just can't beat themselves. They just have to be able to hold on to the football, play within themselves, play within their offense, not try to do too much, just take care of business, and they'll be fine. That's again, this is a rivalry game for Gate City, especially since they started back in the 88-89 season, as both teams looks like they're getting ready to come out on the field. And we want to thank everybody that's listening to us tonight, as well as on Facebook Live. We are broadcasting, and we appreciate you.
Yeah, as the crowd, those of you watching and listening, you can hear the crowd, and that is the crowd for your Gate City Blue Devils. It's the Gate City Blue Devils carrying the Gate City flag, the American flag, and the flag of Virginia come running onto the field. As the horn blows, the cannon goes off. That's the Lehigh Generals eating their way into tonight's stadium. Again, Joe, kickoff last week, it was 78 degrees. Kickoff tonight, 59 degrees. Shouldn't have any problems with cramps tonight, but it definitely feels more like football after these weeks that we've had. This is the middle of October, so we should be expecting this weather. And for me, I'm enjoying the cool weather.
So it's going to be a big night. Again, if you've got scores, if you're around the region, send them to us through Messenger. Let us know. Again, we'll try to keep you up to date as much as possible. Again, playoff implications. A lot of these games all around the region tonight. It's a huge weekend. Again, we talked about, especially over in East Tennessee.
Yeah.